What's going on? I feel like I've hit a breaking point.
So as you can see, by the end of our time in Bali, we were in breakdown. The entire team had reached a point where we were mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. And the reason that happened is because we had fallen out of alignment. And that's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what it really means is we were not making choices. We were not taking action that was aligned with the type of life we wanted to be leading. When we think about the things that were most important to us when we started this show, it was play, and it was fun, and it was brotherhood. And yet here we were with the show starting to have some success, with this energy coming back, and we were making choices that led to more stress. Telling ourselves we had to do this stuff, creating all these feelings of responsibility. And so with this awareness, we now had new choices available to us. And the question was, were we willing and able to make choices that were more aligned with the life we wanted to be leading? And that started from day one in Thailand when we got back to play.
Like, today's our only night with Nico. Let's go. Like, today's our only night with Nico, and so I actually just want to go out on the city and have a blast. Film some dope-ass content and explore Bangkok together as like the first and maybe like only day of 2018 where we're all four together on out, right? So
And let's get Adam a lady boy and see what that's like, because we're going to try to figure out.
I got one at the airport already, so...
You got a ladyboy at the airport?
I figured I had to just get it out over with so that it wasn't a topic of conversation.
This the SIM card.
Stop! In the world.
So as you can see, from day one of having the awareness that something gets to shift, we made new choices. And this is really important because so many people want to see something different show up in their lives and yet are making the same choices over and over and over again. And this doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice what's important to you, because our value of play and fun doesn't mean that we get to forget about the positive impact that we want to create on this planet, the ripples that we want to spread of love. And so it's simply about the lens that we wear as we approach the activities that we want to do. And that's what we brought into Wonderfruit, this arts, music, wellness festival in Thailand that had brought us out to facilitate some workshops.
Bro,
John, he organized the festival.
what's up, dude?
What up, dude?
So we're here at Wonderfruit. John's picked us up in the cart. We got problem solvers here.
Oh, I'm gonna fall off this guy.
What would you say your primary intention is for being here at Wonderfruit?
Well, we've set an intention of attending quite a bit and facilitating at quite a few festivals next year. So a big intention that I have is dialing in on our offerings and our facilitation as a group and for these workshops that we're leading. And then also to experience a festival. Besides Burning Man, I've only been to one other festival, and I want to dive into the festival environment. I think there's a lot of fun here, so I'm very excited to see what this is like to play. And maybe my number one intention actually is to play with you guys, like have a blast together. Season 1 is ending, so the ability for us to just bro out. I went to do this and I thought about your tattoo. Just like,
I know, there's like a weird pause. I'm like, how much do you actually want to bro out in this moment?
I wanted to.
I was
You
funny
used
at
to be
one
funny.
point though. That's what that means.
Still got plenty of asshole left to do though.
For a healing mat, you're sure pretty damaging.
Only to you, because you're really mean to me.
So we played. We played at this festival and we had a great time. We were definitely finding our way back into the frequency of fun, which is a huge value to us. It's us finding our way back into alignment, and that's when something surprising popped up. An integral piece to your overall vibratory state, to your alignment, is self-care. The honoring of what your mind and your body and your emotions might be asking for, even when it might not look the way you thought it would.
What happened last night?
Well, it was the biggest night of the Wonder Fruit Festival of 2018. All the people showed up, costumes, everything. We went to bed at 8 p.m. and we're leaving the tent now at 10 a.m. Almost 11.
Almost 11 a.m.
Sleeping, self-love through sleep.
Yeah, we're feeling super tired because we danced our asses off until 8 a.m. the night before, and got back to the tent last night to change, and was like, hey, I think we should take a 20-minute power nap. So we set an alarm, and that alarm went off, and we all looked at it and put it back on snooze. 20 minutes later, the alarm went off again, and I went over to it and said, nah, just turned it off. 12 hours later, we all woke up, and the thing is, we really needed that. We really, really needed that.
Part of this also has to do with, we don't see Wonder Fruit and the festival here as being an exception to our lives. Like, this is not a rarity. I feel like the energy of a festival and what we have planned for 2019 and more festivals, and also just the way we live our life. Like, we're going to Copenhagen and it's gonna be chill vibes, not festival, but we're living so fully that it doesn't feel like we have to get it all out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just enjoying it for what it is, and we can go to sleep at a festival the same way that we could go out and rage on a Tuesday in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people come to the festival and see it as an excuse to go really hard and like
From their normal life.
And I feel as if our whole life is really a festival.
We designed it that way.
By choice.
By choice.
We choose that 100%. And anybody watching this can choose that if they want that. The life isn't better or worse, it's just a choice. It's a preference.
It's a preference. It's all just preference.
And so we slept. We slept for 12 hours on the busiest night of the Wonder Fruit Festival because we were committed to making new choices to be in our highest vibe state, to find our way back to alignment by honoring what our bodies and minds were asking for, because we had run ourselves ragged and it was time to rest. And the thing about self-care is that it doesn't always look the same. It doesn't always look like sleep or meditation. It can look like an intense physical ceremony. And the only way to know what your body and your mind are asking for is to give yourself the space to listen to what's being asked of you, the calling that you feel. And that's what Matt and I did. And we honored that by stepping into a combo ceremony.
My name is Nicoletta Dex. I work with the medicine of Kambo, which is the secretion of the Philomedusa bicolor frog from the Amazon rainforest. It has been used for centuries by indigenous tribes from the Amazon as a very powerful physical and energetic cleanser.
So that was intense. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't describe that as a fun experience, and yet it was what was being asked of me. And it felt so good when it was done and when it was over, and I could see why that had been asked. To reset myself physically, emotionally, energetically. And the listening The listening to those directions has been a huge part of this entire show. This entire season has happened from that space. But I can only hear those directions when I'm in my alignment. And as we have honored our self-care and reconnected to our sense of play, we've also reconnected to our gratitude, connected to the part of ourselves that remembers that we are living our dream. We are traveling the world, creating art for a living that makes a positive impact on this planet. But I could only see that when I'm in the alignment, when I've let go of all that story of being a victim and the suffering and the stress. Reconnecting to that spirit of gratitude. And the funny thing about this is that the activities that we were doing in Thailand were the same that we were doing in Bali. We were waking up each and every day, going to a cafe and working on the show, editing, filming, collaborating. But we had a different lens on it. We had the lens that this was something to be grateful for. And that changed everything.
Because we haven't stopped working.
Yeah.
We haven't stopped working. This is the thing that we don't do, which is people out there who are working 9 to 5 jobs they hate, who live for the weekend. Like, oh, let me get through Monday through Friday so I can get my weekend on and do what I really want to do. We're fucking doing this because we want to do it. You said yourself, you used to make in a day, you used to make what you're making in a month. You want to be doing this. I want to be doing this. Look at where we are. This is our office right now. And what we're talking about is how many parties we can fit in before we leave the island. You know what I mean? It's a cosmic joke because we value what we're doing so highly that it can feel so serious, it can feel so important, and it's incredible, this opportunity that we have, this blessing that we get to live, and I'm so grateful.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late? My dear friend, we felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know.
I just want to drop into a space of gratitude and say thank you. Thank you for saying yes to this adventure, this mission, this journey, this wild ride that we have been on with season 1 for the Art of Choosing Love, the vortex that we have created for the Art of Choosing Love. And I want to presence us to this moment because all you have to do is watch one episode of the show to know I would lose my mind if it wasn't for you guys. You have shown up for me in ways that I didn't even know that I needed, and probably in ways that I don't even understand or recognize consciously. We will have a last dinner before the holiday break, and we can look back at this and recognize where we were at the end of season 1, and also how crazy life has gotten, because I know that as crazy as the last 6 months have been, the next year is going to completely blow our minds. I can feel it in my system, what's about to happen. I don't know what it is, but I can feel the energy of what's coming. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I love you, man. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And like we've addressed like a few times, just holding that initial container of like, let's see this like month. And then after Shasta, and everything that started to unfold. Like I was talking about it today. I was listening in meditation earlier. Like I went into a hape ceremony and just like anchored into this. I don't see another timeline. I'm so grateful for you and like what you've created with this container to allow this to dance and weave and flourish. While you were talking just now, is going through like the past few months. Holy shit, a lot has happened. Just like in our lives personally and with what we're creating. Like what we're creating and the amount of growth in the past 2 weeks. But then you look at like our lives and how quickly we're evolving and growing. I'm just so grateful for both of you as brothers, as friends, as co-workers, as witnesses. Yeah, I love you guys.
What a beautiful Last Supper to share at this Persian restaurant, this delicious food. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you boys and really be stepping into our kings, our manhood, and our artists at the same time. And I'm so grateful that you said yes to what you're being asked to do, from leaving your relationship to filming everything to asking me to do it with you. And I'm just so grateful that you have created this container for us to do that, for us to travel, to create art, to show up. And yeah, I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
So proud of us, not just for what we created, but how we showed up while creating.
Yeah.
We showed up in excellence, and there are so few instances I can even think of where, maybe none, where I feel as if we didn't show up in excellence, where we could be really proud to have a camera on that, even the things that we didn't have cameras on. And I'm so grateful. Love you, brother.
Love you.
So this episode has been about alignment. And if I'm honest, season 1 has been about alignment. The Art of Choosing Love has been about finding my way back to myself, the truth of who I am in my core, a remembrance. And that process has not always been linear. It has definitely not always made sense. It has looked like making certain choices and thinking I'm in alignment and then hitting a breaking point. And then saying, okay, well, now I have the awareness to make different choices and I'm gonna choose to go back, and I find it, but then I go so far in this direction that I hit a breaking point over here. And it's this ebb and this flow. It's a refinement process. And what I notice is then the amount that I go off course for myself becomes less and less and less. It becomes closer in alignment. The speed at which I can catch myself shortens. And what's important about this that I would love for you to take away and apply to your life is that it is okay for you to feel like you are not living the life you want to be living. It is completely okay if you feel like you are not yet the person you want to be. When you find yourself out of alignment, if you're honest about it, you now have the ability to make new choices and get yourself back on track. It doesn't matter how far you've gone in these misaligned directions. In this moment, right now, you can return onto the path of your greatest joy. You can return onto the path of living the life of your dreams right now with the very next choice that you make. And you are not alone. There is a whole tribe of people that love you and support you, and you can find them. We welcome you with open arms. And I want to remind you that always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of this journey. Thank you for all the comments and the shares and the love that you have poured into us that has helped keep us motivated and inspired to give back. We love you so much, and I am so excited to see all of you finding your way back into your alignment, creating the life of your dreams, because once you're in that high vibe state, once you are loving life and you are feeling fully aligned with your mission here, the only thing left to do is dream. Set big goals for yourself, set a big vision for your life, and go out and make it happen. No matter how crazy it might seem, you can do it. I can do it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Set a big vision and share with you the journey of how to make that happen.
Mark my words. By this time, 2019, Ryan and I will have played our own music at a massive dance floor stage.
How many people specifically, at least?
At least 333 people by this time next year. So it is done.